Hello, my name's Banskin. I'm here to talk about how to get a low karma alt. But first, why? The reason that you need a low karma alt is to save money on fail stacks. A low karma alt can reduce a Reblath shoes from 15 to 14 to reduce the amount of blackstones needed to gain fail stacks. Blackstones are quite pricey when you buy them in large numbers. For an average plus 15 Reblath shoes, you need up to 24 blackstones if you're lucky. First, you level up your Reblath shoes, like so. When they are above level 10, you can start to build fail stacks. Fail stacks increase your enhancement chance the next time you go to upgrade a gear. Here's an example of some plus 14 Reblath shoes with an enhancement chance of 15. Once you get to plus 14, you can upgrade the shoes to continue to build fail stacks. But what happens when you reach plus 15? Well, you can no longer build fail stacks. This is bad, because we've invested many blackstones into getting our Reblath shoes to plus 14. The way that we solve this is with a low karma alt. But how? It's very simple. We kill horses. Welcome to squaring. The first task is to find a horse. There is a guide later in this video to teach you how to find a horse. Here's one I found. First of all, you approach the horse and try and push it out of its area of aggro. Let's move to a diagram to make it easier to explain. Here you can see a barrel, a rock, and the horse. The horse is far from the barrel and the rock. The first task is to make the horse run away from the things you can see in the area, so it leaves the aggro range. It will then return, like so, to its true spawn location. Now we know its true spawn location, we can make a box or a square, which we can assume is its zone of aggro. I found that horses have various different types of area of control. For example, some horses may have a longer area of control or a wider area of control. The next step is to assume that everywhere outside the horse's zone of control is dangerous. To correctly assume a horse's area of control, you may do two things. You can push the horse out and make a mental map of where the horse re-aggros, or you may push it to the edge and move it round trying to make a position. Here's a video explaining that. Here we are with a horse. The first step is to push it out of its zone of control to find its true spawn point. I now assume that the spawn point is on that hedge. I'm now finding its zone of control by pushing it to the edge. It de-aggroed there. Did you see that? It de-aggroed there, so I make a mental map. I put a line between this rock here and the edge here. It goes back to its spawn point. Now I'm explaining squaring, or I'm trying to show squaring. I've got the western border, so now I'm trying to keep it within the range of what I assume its de-aggro range is. You can see there, it de-aggroed differently this time. So we're now moving from a square into a a different shape, which is slightly warped from a square, because over on this side it can despawn further, and by the barrel it despawns smaller. With the range, let's move on how to kill the horse. So, you take your character, and I suggest a sorcerer due to the ability of its shift right click to do range at quick succession. And you attack the horse from a diagonal, trying to push it into the northeastern corner. Once the horse is in the northeastern corner, you move round into the danger zone and push the corner directly down. Push the horse directly down. This means you have longer to make stops along the way to fire more bolts at the horse. When the horse is in the corner, you push it to the other corner and continue the attacking process, then to the other corner and the other corner, and repeat. Now very quickly I'd like to point upon another process, trapping. This is an example of a trap point. There is a common spawn horse location which is just behind this tree. What you can do is, assuming that the tree is this brown circle and the horse is this chevron, you can push the horse to the X location, move around and push it into the tree for an easy kill. Where? There is a key place in horse killing, which is Vela. This is an important location because Reblath shoes or armour are sold in Vela, and there's multiple horse spawns on this plain to the southwest. The most common location I've found is in this area, more east of this, to the east of this area. There is also two more locations, one to the northish and one to the southish, and this, which is a common trap point using the tree we discussed earlier. Vela is key for this strategy. An example. You will now see a video of me squaring. Here I am with my sorcerer. I start by attacking the horse into a corner. Again, as I previously mentioned, I suggest a sorcerer due to this shift right click ability, which does quite a bit of damage and is quickly done, allowing more back attacks and more chance of criticals. As you can see, I'm pushing the horse up, down, right, and right really. In this example, I get a bit out of position, so I start pushing it back towards the south. It's important not to panic, and you have to take things slow even when the horse is at low health. This horse's spawn is long and thin, therefore I chose to do a longer range tactic where I go up and down the track. Although, a diagonal can be used sometimes to increase the length of the attack on the horse. There you can see I got a critical, which is important. You could consider putting a critical gem into your weapons that you use. Although most guides suggest that you need 88 AP to make this easy, I'm only using 39 AP at the moment. As you can see, I'm not having much difficulty in keeping the horse in the tracks while doing plenty of damage. When I get close to the horse, I sometimes choose to use an auto attack, which has higher damage but often carries more risks. Therefore, I only do it if I know I've got one spare push. Within a minute or two, I've killed the horse. The reason I'm making this guide is because often people complain about it being difficult to kill a horse, and when I found this method that I created, it was an ease. Back to the presentation. Time to look at the next steps. Repeat. In the next video, I will show you an example of me trapping. Okay, now we have a negative karma result. It's time to work the magic. I'm showing you the gear that I'm using here for my sorcerer, and as you can see, 39 AP and 13 DP. This entire situation cost about 3 million silver. Now, for this example, I'm going to assume that this talisman is a plus 15 Reblath shoes. Simply, I'm going to run towards Velia now that I've killed my horses. As you can see, here, I can see a guard. I approach it, and it will quickly aggro on me and kill me in 2 hits. The reason I do not level my sorcerer above level 8 is so I can use the instant resurrection feature. As you can see, he immediately kills me again. I'm looking for a notice that my gear has downgraded, and I will constantly check my inventory to see if I've missed it. It's important not to die twice if your gear has been downgraded, because then you will lose blackstones overall, because levelling from 13 to 14 is expensive, and the fail stacks generated will not be worth it, because you'll have to use them to get it back to level 14. So, here I am dying to the guard many times. There will be a pop-up when my gear downgrades. I'm trying to stay away from those bulk of guards because when my gear does downgrade, it will be difficult to escape. Therefore, it's easier to do this with one guard. This being said, there is a short period of time for you to escape, so no panics. Now, there. As you can see, I got a blackstone, and the enhancement of my sub-weapon, or boots, as would be the case with the shoes, has gone down. Now, with my iframes, I escape. When I'm a safe distance away, I take the boots off. This means they will never be downgraded. Now I have a pair of plus 14 Reblath boots. Now it's time to look at closing thoughts. Some notes. You cannot fail stack on a guard during a node war. This was found out by my head of research, Cimmerian, and I'd like to thank him wholeheartedly. It's easier if you take a friend to locate horses for you. They can search multiple servers and find the best place for a horse. If you do not have a maid, you will have to dodge guards to put your boots back in storage. This takes a bit of practice but can be done easily. Here's a graph showing the efficiency of having a fail alt over not. The blue line is with a fail alt, and the orange line is without. I'd like to say specially thanks to Cimmerian Deva and Tyrone Grook, which is me, and specifically Horse 1 and Horse 2. Thank you for their time. If there's any questions, feel free to leave a comment or message me in-game at Tyrone Grook Banskin. Thanks for watching.